All right. We are back with the GSMC Wrestling Laureate podcast brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. Just kind of reflect on what we talked about right quick. We had our WWE NXT review. Now we're going to talk about some AEW Dynamite preview. But before we get into any of that, I want to remind you guys to use this awesome new super chat that we've been using recently here on the GSMC Sports Network. If you have a burning question or a hot take about professional wrestling, I'd love to hear it. Or just something that you've been dying to share. Here at the GSMC Sports Network, we do pride ourselves on hearing out our beloved audience. So, yeah, if you're dying to share something, we are all ears. The show's about keeping the conversation lively and making sure your voice is a part of the mix. So don't be too shy. Drop your thoughts inside the chat. And if you really want to make sure your comment or question gets noticed, why not use this super chat? Just hit the $ below the chat box, send in your message, and it's absolutely guaranteed to be featured on this show. Plus, it's a great way to support our channel. Your super chats help us keep the lights on and bring you even more awesome wrestling content. We are so grateful, obviously, for each and every one of you who joins us here. Your support, it makes all the difference. So let's keep the conversation going. Let's keep this wrestling party flowing. Let's get it started. So send in those super chats, those super stickers, because you guys are super awesome. And together we will make this show better than ever. And if the super chat is not your thing, remember, we are still at the GSMCpodcast.net. Hit up that link, hit up the tips and donations link. Obviously, leave whatever. Obviously, just want to hear what you guys what you guys have to say about the topics and stuff like that. Here at the GSMC Sports Network, we do love a lot of peace, love, and positivity. 1,010%. Remember to Superman punch that like a subscribe button and follow the show. Also follow the GSMC Sports Network. All right, so let's go to talk about AEW. It's Wednesday. You know what that means. AEW Dynamite is live. So yeah, let's talk about it here. So obviously last week's Dynamite was pretty badass. I thought it was pretty great. Something that I love about AEW, their build-ups are really really great. Really great. 2 weeks in, 2 weeks left till the build-up is pretty awesome. They put on amazing pay-per-views, amazing pay-per-views. I'll say it again. We are 2 weeks away from AEW All In, and we have 6 confirmed matches. So yeah, let's talk about it here. So obviously, we're going to have the AEW World Tag Team Championships up for grabs tonight. The Young Bucks finally fighting a match. I did not. No, I don't think they were featured last week on Dynamite. Maybe for like a second, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm not buying into this whole elite thing with Kazuchika Okada. Also the Young Bucks and the scapegoat Jack Perry. We have the Young Bucks taking on the Acclaimed. The Acclaimed, quite some time ago, defeated the Young Bucks in a proving ground match, able to pick up a title shot. So my prediction is I feel like the Young Bucks are going to win. It's gonna take a team. It's gonna take a team to take down the Young Bucks, like the new flavor of the week, possibly. Obviously, we did see Hangman Adam Page coming back. Lord only knows when Kenny Omega is coming back. Hopefully, he comes back soon, has a speedy recovery. But like I said, I'm not buying the Elite anymore. I feel like they're trying so hard to be that not that Vince McMahon thing where we're the bosses. What I mean? It's whatever. Like not the like corporate and they do whatever they want. They get the title shots. They get the girls. They get they get everything handed to them on a silver platter because they're the EVPs. They are part of the, I think the founders. No, they are the founders, but I think there's like a founders clause that they have in their contract or something like that. Kayfabe. Obviously it was Cody Rhodes, Kenny Omega, and the Young Bucks who started AEW with Tony Khan. So. I don't know. It's Young Bucks are probably gonna win. The Acclaimed. I have mixed feelings about the Acclaimed. I thought at first I was like, okay, these guys are kind of over as baby faces. The crowd loves them, and then you have them feuding with FTR because FTR they hate the Young Bucks too. It was they came so damn close in Las Vegas. Not Las. Yeah, I think it was Las Vegas. No, I think maybe Dynasty. I could be. Don't quote me on that. But it was so close. Next, we have a TBS Championship match. Mercedes Mone against Hikaru Shida. Hikaru Shida is a former AEW Women's Champion, so she could bring it. She could definitely bring the fight to Mercedes Mone tonight. She's a double champion. Maybe they let, Shida take the TBS championship over, with Japan. Could be badass. I would like to see that happening, but I don't think it's going to. I don't think it's going to. I think Mercedes Mone is going to get a win here. Obviously, I think there's going to be a point in the match that every heel does every single time you get this quote unquote bodyguard, like Shawn Michaels, like, this is Big Daddy Cool Diesel and this is my bodyguard. Like, they're going to prove dividends. They're going to help Mercedes Moné win her matches, and the crowd is going to hate it so much, and it's going to be great. It's going to be great. So I kind of see that happening tonight. I can see, Shida kind of get the upper hand on Mercedes and Moné, and then I don't know where you have this big, dominant woman, Camille, just, stake her claim in the Mercedes Moné's cabinet, I guess you can say, cabinet of fantastic friends. But I don't know if she can replace Bailey, man. Bailey was her best friend. I'm just kidding. No, but should be interesting. But I think overall Mercedes Moné will retain the TBS championship. Next, we have an AEW World Champion, Swerve Strickland, taking on Wheeler Yuta. Last week on AEW Dynamite, you saw Swerve come out to talk to Bryan Danielson, saying that, look, you're not the only one who could call for a warm-up match. I'm going to fight Wheeler Yuta. And Wheeler Yuta, he's a great superstar. Recently, he lost his Ring of Honor television. No, I think that was Atlanta. No, New Japan Strong Championship to Rick Maori? Oh my God, I can't believe I'm spacing on the name. So many wrestlers, so many names, and so many titles. Like, but it's cool. It's cool. 1010%. So, Swerve Strickland, love Swerve. One of my most favorite wrestlers at this moment. I think it's cool that AEW has a guy like that to kind of put on their, to kind of put the company on his shoulders. Like I kind of keep reiterating, he's won his title bouts. All on his shoulders, no help. No, obviously, with he took on Will Ospreay, then you had Don Callis throwing the screwdriver to, so we can defeat Swerve Strickland. But I still didn't think that would have, made such a difference. Swerve is he's over right now. Swerve, with the fans, a lot of mixed feelings with this whole thing between him and Bryan Danielson. Will Danielson win at AEW All In and, dethrone Swerve? I think even if Bryan Danielson wins or loses, he's gonna be, and he's gonna retire. He's gonna retire. Definitely 1010%. I can see him doing something with AEW. Tony Khan loves him. He obviously has a lot of grit, I guess is the right way to kind of say it. Like once when he got released, or once when his contract was up with WWE, he was like, you know what, I kind of want to explore more of a grittier side of me. So I'm going to go to AEW. And then he had, for hellacious matches, and so the American Dragon, giving him all the credit, throwing him all the flowers in the world. But tonight we have Swerve Strickland taking on Wheeler Yuta. I think Swerve's going to pick up the victory here, building up more momentum heading toward AEW All In Wembley Stadium in London. So I don't know. It's going to be a great bout, though. It's going to be super awesome. It's going to be great. Next, we have Hangman Adam Page versus Jay Lethal. Last week, you saw the Hangman Adam Page take out Jeff Jarrett. I think he took out Jeff Jarrett. I could be wrong. I think it was like after when the show went off air. I think I briefly saw it on Instagram, and I was like, oh, that's crazy. But Hangman Adam Page is pissed off. He's pissed off. He doesn't want to fight anybody else in this world besides Swerve Strickland. Perhaps like you can have this. If Bryan Danielson takes Swerve Strickland's AEW World Championship, this could be a perfect way for Hangman Adam Page and Swerve Strickland to have this feud without any title stipulations. So that I feel like that'd be pretty cool. These guys would absolutely tear each other apart, limb from limb. So, definitely, something to think about for AEW creative there. But obviously Hangman Adam Page is going to get the victory. He's going to make Jay Lethal. He's going to prove an example out of him and showing that he returned to AEW with a burning heart desire to take out the AEW World Heavyweight Champion, Swerve Strickland. So should be pretty interesting. Can't wait for this match. Next, we have a three-way number one contenders. Actually, the three-way for the number one spot in the Casino Gauntlet at All In. We got Kyle O'Reilly taking on Orange Cassidy taking on Roderick Strong. This could be interesting. This could be interesting. Like, there's a point where, I thought Orange Cassidy was going to, oh man, what was the recent pay-per-view for AEW? I think it was Forbidden Door. I believe it was Forbidden Door. And he took on man, who did he Kyle Fletcher? No, he didn't take on Kyle Fletcher. He took on somebody, and I was like, this is going to be a great way for Orange Cassidy to kind of bounce back here. I feel like he really had no business losing to the guy he lost to at Forbidden Door. So after that, I was like, all right, what are they going to do with Orange Cassidy? So it should be interesting to find out what they do with his character. Kyle O'Reilly of the conglomeration. I think it's time for him to finally get his foot in the door here. I would love to see him win this match. He does have his confidant, a former confidant in the undisputed era of WWE, Roderick Strong, inside the mix. Roderick Strong, whenever he's face to face with Kyle O'Reilly, never really puts hands on him. Never. Well, obviously he has, but he respects him. He respects him. He's like, you know what, this was my dude. He's not right now with the Undisputed Kingdom. He should be. That's how he feels. I don't think he needs the Undisputed Kingdom. I think the Undisputed Kingdom needs Kyle O'Reilly more than Kyle O'Reilly needs the Undisputed Kingdom. But I don't know, it should be pretty cool. Roderick Strong, I I have my doubts about Roderick Strong. He's been within the world wrestling. No, he's been around the professional wrestling industry for so long, longer than I actually, expected. Sometimes I, look at some stuff that happened in the early 2000s, and I was like, oh, Roderick Strong defeated Ring of Honor. That's so crazy. That's so crazy. But if he's going to make, if he's going to be a star in AEW or Ring of Honor, I something has to give. He recently lost to Mark Briscoe. He had a chance at Death Before Dishonor for the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championship. So if Roderick Strong wants to prove anything tonight, he has to win tonight. Next, we're going to see, well, not next, but during AEW Dynamite, we're going to see a film by Mariah May, Kazuchika Okada, and Claudio Castagnoli meet in the ring. We have, we still have a lot of all-in matches that are going to be made. We have major announcements by Tony Khan. We're going to recap MJF's AEW American Championship defense from Rev Pro this past weekend. Kind of crazy. And a clear sense of the AEW World Tag Team Championship match at All In, which should be pretty awesome, should be pretty badass. And also Britt Baker, make sure you keep an eye on her. She could possibly, cost Mercedes Mone the TBS Championship tonight. So yeah, definitely think that could happen. I definitely think that could happen on Dynamite tonight. That'd be super cool. All right, guys. Well, hey, do not go anywhere. We're going to talk about 7 stars rumored to be going to AEW. Like I said, I recently saw a list on, I think it was WrestleTalk.com, and I was like, dude, that's kind of crazy. So, we're going to speculate. We're going to talk about some of these people when we return. So, hey, do not go anywhere.